Well, hello. Uh, okay, here I am. So today we have pretty much everything in place, so we can just work on the details for this piece, the Happy Witch. So yeah, we have this guy with the lantern just checking uh, at night. This witch that looks like a bird, and she makes sounds like a bird. So we'll go check out what is out there, and there she is. And if you see her, she will come the next day to collect some rewards, some uh, kind of a tax for having see her, which is not very fair, but it's what she do. So she normally just want a smoke or a coffee, and she'll be happy. Or else, she'll curse you. So yeah, it's kind of a weird way to ask for a small favor, but it's what she does. So I changed a little this brush here because it wasn't so vibrant like it's now has some changes of colors and hues, and that will help on rendering. So there is more variation of colors, and like when I do something with volume, it actually stays in the direction that there is a history of the brush here, which it was just a flat brush, it would not have. So that helps. Also depend how you use it or what brush you're using, give it more texture. So that help speed things up. So like her face is something that's still like it's very flat. I just did these markings. I could up a little bit. Yeah, the light. Just create some bumps. And probably gonna use more than one brush. So the skin has more texture. It should be red shade. More. Let's have a bit of blue. Have some contrast. So she has a little more texture now. Okay. Uh, Move the up a little bit. Yes, what I forgot to do, even before starting, it's kind of clean the file, so I don't think I will have much problem. I'm going to increase the size a little bit, just so I have a little bit more space. Uh, Let me see. Let's see if it stick well. Okay. Yeah. I just want to have more room to boot. Yeah, some hints of these other teeth. So trying to make her a little see more creepy, less creepy. More creepy. I think it's a little bit more creepy. A creepy little witch. So happy. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit with these feathers here on her eyebrow. Uh, change it a little since I put this backlight here. So it's nice to work them. So uh, filters are actually like I'm doing this pre-contoured like this, right? Like the filters, but filters are kind of like this. Like it's here's the middle, and then you have feathers go like this. So if it's all perfect like this, it looks like nothing. No, it doesn't really look. Of course, like if you have a few here, like the ones close to the camera, which are a bunch of them. Doing it, your eyes understand that what it is and just accept that the ones further in are also feathers. But I will try to hint on most of them, like at least in the point of them, like here in the point, something like this. Just need to have enough contrast. It may be easier to do some of this with less vibrancy on the brush, because it's very little tones of gray here. Here I have some contours, I think. I could like, add this light here, just a little ball here, and get rid of this. This one would probably end kind of like here. So Yeah, we have this light hitting right here. Uh, like it's very intense. It's bigger than this one's. Don't think it's helping, so I'm just gonna kill it a little bit. I end up went a little bit away from the feathers there, but I do that a lot of this back and forth. Okay, let's see. I got this one. Just one more clean stairs of uh, feathers here a little bit. Okay. We have this weird square here. Okay. Now this side here, where there's the light hitting. Try to really do some cuts here. There would be a lot of bouncing lights and whatnot, so it probably would be even lighter on this side, but I don't want to. I think it will mess more the silhouette than not. Okay. Flat here. Blah, blah, go up. And surprise, there's more feathers. Increase. Oh no, opacity is already at the max. Okay. We have all this guys. Kind of showing here. These ones here is still okay. Wanna give a little bit more like clear divisions. Yeah, like these ones gonna give a little bit more light here so it's more visible. Uh, it may not even be that visible. Uh, but I will see here my phone because my screen is a little. It has more dark tones than most screens and less light tones. So sometimes what I do gets a little bit more on the dark side and not on the force, but actually, yes, dark tones. So like this, yeah, it kind of show up, but it's still very muted. Uh, I will try to fix this with a really rough overlay in moments. We do overlay layer, overlay. Okay, we have this. Increase a little bit. Uh, Try to not we just kind of in the middle of them. Try to hump up so we see it better. Icky. Okay, let's go back. Yeah. Okay. Dark a bit the starting point of them. This one will be like both sides. Okay, doke. Here is kind of okay. Uh, right. Have the sleeve also here. Now just gonna reinforce its silhouette some. It's right in the close to the camera. Then we're gonna use, let me see if this, turn down the opacity and try to get some texture. We also have another one here. It's not getting the dark tone for some reason. It's getting more light than dark. Maybe this one will still get yes. Okay. Okay. And here we just try to get more silhouettes. Okay. Okay. Uh, just try to do more stairs here. Like have some blobs of dark, then get light again. And this part here can just not resist really. It doesn't need you. Don't think it's helping. Go away. There's some funky lights here and there, but I also I could have like increased these ones just to look fun. And you, my guy, like you are very small there. Don't know if I need to do too much with you. Certainly like here we can increase here. Uh, just a little bit. And he is not really have any light in his eye for some reason. So it's not very happy, but also like make it even smaller, like dosing eyes. Not gonna be really visible for the most part. I mean, this is mostly here, so we know there is someone coming. There's a flashlight, but he is just a silhouette in the dark. I'm gonna just increase the dark here just so we see him a little better, or light up a bit more this wall on his back. Uh, could play a little bit with this wood. Yes. Just look less 3D, and like I put some really straight lines here. Not two one after the other. So like just adding texture and let the texture also look a little bit more painted, because we already had some, like I put texture from the 3D render that I made beforehand. But it just has a base, just to like get out really well some textures and whatnot. You would have to spend much more time on 3D and really model more the doors and fix the shaders very well. But that's not, it's not trying to do something game ready here, so it's for illustration. I try my best to fix what I can here. Here I can do some more broads, somewhat, maybe with less opacity. Uh, less opacity, yes. And it's the wall, and the wall can have big strokes. Was painted. You can blend a little better. It's also kind of cool. We have then we opacity more. So yeah. We can leave some fun markings here. I need some light that I just trying to do some volume for the sake of I think more cool. I try to think it has a cone, so it's 3, 3, 3. So here there's it's cone, but I don't draw everything. I just make some small markings just to hint that. And let's see, go back to this guy. Try to define still some parts here. I've been thinking before come online if I would uh, get this all these branches and actually do them like not so much as strokes, but as like do the selection and do it really like uh, just leave the silhouette really blocky. I normally do that. Uh, I don't know. I think for today I will leave it more with strokes and give you that a second look tomorrow. It should not be too hard if I want to change. That is like everything is more designed than not. So should be not hard to change if I want. Yes. Make sure they are more crooked. And okay, yeah, sure, can leave a little bit more. Leave one like pointing their back. And I'm going to also do some strokes here on the, even if just to unite, like many on the back here. I'm actually going to destroy some details. I was like, yeah, doesn't need to call too much attention, so I take off. I probably won't need much. Um, this one is nice to add a little chaos here and there. Just to hint some other things. There's more to. Gonna do this, but then I'm going to erase. Uh, yeah, save. Thank you. So we still have her face here. I think we can still do something with her. Uh, I really want to really market the smile. Okay. I hope she look maniac enough. A lot of this dark here is gonna end up blending in the end, but I'm gonna make some adjustments. Um, I don't know if this image really likes calls for it, but I normally do I do one just three. Uh, but yeah, I do some color ramp right about this time, and it depends on what I'm doing. But I like do a lot of a rainbow one because it adds a lot of green, and green for me like red kind of pass like danger or passion and kind of stuff, and blue is like calm and not so dangerous things. Green kind of passes mystery because it's not one or the other. It's somewhat in between. Like you can have warm green and cold green. You can have of all colors, but it's somewhat more in between things. So I like to use like mystery things. And a lot of movies use that in like suspense and whatnot. Something green or out of this world. Uh, However, I do want like this stone to be more around. I think I can still play with this. Uh, and this somewhat a highlight on her skin. Uh, Here, the things that we have this still are shining from her eyes. So I'm going to put a little bit. Uh, Yay, go back to the brush. Okay. Okay. Uh, you can see a little bit of this, just some little bit more of this dark color, just uh, to emphasize like her pose here. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a look at a new correction layer. I think it's here on Clip Studio. Gradient map. Okay, and as you can see, it looks like a mess. Uh, First of all, I'll do color here, and also nice to know like how it's looking black and white. And it's not bad. Okay. Uh, Probably gonna give a little highlight more of one of her fingers there. But there is this one, this one. Uh, yeah, but this is gonna change a lot. And sorry for no warning on this one. Yeah, both are kind of has some cool things. I'm gonna play a little bit. The bluish probably mm, this one may be a little better. But yeah, there's like a blue right. This blue can get away with just not. Or come back blue. No? Okay, we'll cancel. And let's go for that one again. Uh, yeah, this one. So we have a lot of green. That's not bad. There's some bluish in the light. That's fine. What is not so fine? And reddish in the shadow. I could even do some craziness here. Uh, just here right on her eye, get a little bit more. And this actually will be like not so strong as it's right now. Actually, it can be like this is nothing, and something like you see, like with five, only five, like 8 is already a big change. But like it muted some stuff, other things like uh, which I kind of did colors, like everything's very gray sky, and so the light that hit her and all the leaves are kind of grayish too. But here we kind of set off a mood of like it in her shadows. She's a bit more reddish. In the skies, a bit more green, and here is a bit more warm light. I may take out the warmth of the light here. I don't think it is that much. It's create a little bit too much vibrancy, and that's kind of I wanna add here some extra vibrancy to the painting. And she like be more red. It's cool cause she's the danger here. Uh, one thing like there was some blue in the eyes, but instead of just cutting out this part that's her eyes, it added some like a few tones here with this. It got muted, but it pushed a little bit somewhat the contrast. And I can bring this back maybe with some overlay. So I'm gonna and I can do some yellow way above, like for the book. So here, and since I'm here, and that was too much reddish, like starting to because it's got a little bit less. Like there's this overlight here, and we can go also color dodge. Just grab this, gonna be probably too much. I don't want it to be super, but I want this to the light hitting everywhere make a little sense. So we have here, yes, okay, and that's like enough. So here I'm just going to a little bit like, yeah, better if I do this manual rather than erase. I just paint again on top, like because we lost a little bit of the division of the eye. Um, No, go back. Okay. Uh, okay. Try this. Okay. So it's still, yeah, this part of the her eye that's less less shiny. I will have to like pump up a little bit just so we have idea where her eyes end. I can even like back and leave like this. Uh, and yeah, here probably would be less, but let me see if this contrast helps. Okay. Uh, just miss have some more blocky shadows here and there. Gotta transition. Uh, try to unite this here. Yes. Don't wanna lose a smile. Or even if you look a little bit cartoony, it's kind of important. Okay. Isn't she just happy? Uh, maybe even yes. Oh yes. I was seeing if maybe just put a little bit more paint on this one. Just try to see more like deadly claws. Just put some highlights here. Okay, here just some more markings because it was kind of looking wasn't sure where it would start or end these planks. Here, sure, like vanish, but that's not so bad. It's behind the light, so it's even a little good at vanish. Like here, probably shouldn't be so defined. I mean, it can be defined, but the it should be a little lighter. Yeah, I'm just gonna darken even a little bit more here. Here, yes, too close on her. And here, really doesn't need to be light. Okay. Um, I will just check now the levels to see if I can actually. Where is overlay? Just gonna up. Need to be more. Yeah, this one is not showing. It was looking a little too somewhat symmetrical from afar. Okay. This pattern's a little funky stuff here. Okay. Uh, yes, level. Let's see how the level is going, level correction, and like the lightest lights could sure take a ramp here. Her face doesn't need too much, but I think everything else could maybe. We do have some big darks here. Let me see if I can blob them together. Uh, Sometimes it's nice to just flatten them. I'll have to. It probably look really dark right now for everyone, but I need to do uh, some things to make sure in any monitor it's okay. So right now should be more visible, kind of how I want it to be. But it's lost the darkest dark. And this illustration can have it not is actually like doesn't need to be black. Lots of time I don't make like pure black. I let things have some colors. And yeah, it still have like some blacks. It's just pretty little. It's actually not that bad. I just can make it yes more like this. And like his flashlight could was upgrade. but I think I can do that out of this. Uh, for two things. Overlay. Let's get like this is probably, yeah, pure white. I'll also try to decrease this pure white here. Just a little bit. Because it was a yellowish. Yeah, this yellow. Overlay. And also here I will actually have to, yeah, do something like this. There's too much light to not have a bloom. Uh, and blooms can be really creepy. Uh, More creepy. So okay. I did think something just now. I could add like the lower part here. I could decrease a bit. Yes. Yeah, I could even go here. Didn't do like overlay. Let me get this red here. And those just some, just a little bit of dirt on it. And darken. We have this, so right now this white. And thanks. Yeah, we have this white here, and I will try to like just turn down everything to just have some color. So I put a darken layer, and ta-da, it has a little bit of color, even the strongest white there. It's still pretty close to white, but I think that works. Uh, but yeah, this was Matinda Pereira. She's a witch, and sometimes she sends the birds, or I will lighten this a little bit more only with levels. But or she transforms in kind of bird-like, or she comes by herself. But normally she sends a familiar and makes some noise, and people go out to see what it is, and it's a message that she will be tomorrow wanted something for seeing her or seeing her familiar. And she goes collecting just some cigars or coffee. But if you don't give her anything, she curses you. So it's like a forced favor. Like she doesn't want much, but if you don't give her the very least, she. So yeah, that's a Brazilian legend. It is. There are kind of like legends from other places, but here kind of mutated into what Matinda Pereira is. Uh, but yeah, I think I'm done for this one. I probably do some fine adjustment when I look at it again tomorrow. But then I will post it and I'll also show it next time I'm up. I will probably there is a characters I want to do concept art, or I will do another Brazilian legend. I think there is actually more which to do, but I did a bunch of them, and you can see on Instagram or Cara. It's pretty much where I'm posting now. I think on Cara there's all of them. On Instagram I'm reposting. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching here or in the future, and I will be back. Thank you.